Yo, 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 yo. Welcome back to the Dog House. This is not no interview, y'all. This is just a special guest. Uh, I think he's the funniest man on YouTube. Um, we got a very interesting topic that we're going to be talking about. Something that I need to know about myself. For all y'all that have ever been on the other side of the law, um, want to know anything about expungement, getting your gun rights back, things of that nature. Um, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. So um, I sent him the link. Y'all give me 1 second. All right, so he's got the link. Just waiting on this to show up. But what y'all think about the one earlier? Am I getting better or no? Tell me in the comments. Okay, my guest has arrived. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be so dope. The Gotcha Man.
What up,
What
brother?
is up?
Can you hear
You
me?
got the perfect shirt on. Yeah, I can hear you. But you got the perfect shirt on for the occasion, sir.
It's not the best shirt for cutting grass because it's black, but I got to keep the message alive. You know what I mean?
Facts,
That
facts,
dude,
facts.
that dude does that. Man, I'm burning up out here, bro.
Yeah, yeah, me too, man. It's
What we gonna do when it really is summer?
all right. I know it's
Dang.
like March and already 80. So when like last week of July, we're gonna be like melting, dude.
Oh, we're gonna be in trouble, man. I carried this box fan around, plugged it in like 4 different places before I realized it's probably the damn fan and not every plug-in. Like I couldn't figure out why it
Yeah,
wasn't coming on. I'll be all right though, man. I'll suck it up.
yeah. I don't
Keep
want to
on.
put you through that, man. If it ain't too comfortable for you.
Nah, I'm good, man. Let's see if I can see the chat. There's Corrupt. What up, Corrupt?
Yeah, corrupts in here. I'm gonna bring him up here shortly. That's
That's
the
what's
other
up.
special guest, y'all. That's the secret. I'm gonna bring corrupt up here in a little while. Um,
Yeah, I think I
that's the
shared
other
the
special
wrong
guest.
live of yours, buddy. As soon as we get done, though, I'll make sure I share the right one on my community tab because I think I shared the wrong one. The first one you sent me is the one I shared. Um,
Yeah, man. I'm still learning, bro. I just you know what I
no,
mean.
you're
But
good. That's what I say. I just want to
it's a
make
work
sure I
in
got the right
progress.
one.
It's a work in
That's,
progress. But we're here, and I'm gonna put my passion into this thing now, man, and that's what I'm doing.
hell yeah.
So you got a little story for us, don't you? About the anybody wanting to know anything about getting the record expunged and getting gun rights back and that
Yeah,
kind of thing, right?
yes, sir. And I've been thinking about that because it's different for every state. But at least if nothing else, I could say exactly the steps I took and how I went about it. And it's funny too. I think the main thing is just like a lot of things, right? Is just realizing that first spark of that thought that it's even a possibility, or you know what I mean, is what
Right.
held me up for the longest time because I didn't even as soon as I started going to prison and getting in trouble, it was a wrap for me. Like you mentally condemn yourself and you're just like, man, that's it. And honestly, because I joked online and talked about Jelly Roll, but I was just using that as a segue. Obviously, it's a completely different story from
Yeah.
his. But my old lady was the biggest driving force of kicking that off, man. Like she was on me all the time where I was struggling at that job I was at. I kept saying I wish I could leave there, but with my record, and I would say it all the time, and she's like, "Well, look into getting it, expunged. Look into getting rid of it." And I would always just kind of, how we do. Not that we don't listen to our wives, but we don't listen to our wives. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Right.
To be, yeah, I'm like, whatever. And then when I finally started taking it serious, like I literally just per my state, I looked up, what the qualifications were, like how you had to go about it, what type of felonies you could get rid of. Cause I don't want to give anybody false hope either, man. If you got real bad felonies, like, I'm pretty sure there's certain ones that you can't, just like Tennessee, like they can't, like Jelly Roll said, even with a pardon, man, he can't, that's forever. You know what I mean? Unless there's some laws
and I don't think that's right, man. Cause I don't think that that's something that comes with the Constitution that the government's trying to mess too much with, I think, because you can't take the right away from a man to protect his family and feed his family. You know what I mean? If we had to go back to the way it was in the old days, killing your own food and somebody comes to your house, you got to have a way to protect them. So it's very interesting to me because I'm a convicted felon, and I was pulled over. Let's see, I think maybe 2.5, 3 years ago. My brother-in-laws had bought my son a shotgun, and we was moving from place to place, and and it was my fault. You know what I'm saying? I put it in my car to move it, but I forgot that it was in there, and I got pulled over, and they got me with possession of a firearm by convicted. So, but
I don't know how it is where you're at, but in Ohio, it's a mandatory 1 year. Like you have to serve every day of 1 year if you get caught with one.
I was lucky. I didn't. It got down from that because there was proof that you know what I mean that it wasn't it was not in my name, and my brother-in-law stepped forward and told the judge and everything that it was bought by them, and I wasn't out just trying to have a gun in my car. You know what I'm saying? Like being a convicted felon. So
yeah,
I didn't. I got lucky.
Yeah. So. Can you hear me? Okay, is it me cutting out on my end, or because you were kind of chopping there for a minute?
It might be. It might be me, man. I'm still trying to get the right setup in here.
No, you're good, man.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you good. It was just kind of breaking up. And like I said, that video I just sent you, man, like I haven't did one of these things out here. Actually, I just realized I got new internet since the last time I was out here doing like one of the rundowns or whatever.
Okay.
So I didn't know.
I'm glad we can make it work though, man.
Hell yeah. That's how I got it at the last minute. What was slowing me down, man, is this is the only computer we got that's not touchscreen. And my dumbass kept trying to touch the screen. And I was like, man, my computer's froze up. And then I realized that it's not as but I was just in a hurry, man. Honestly, I stopped for a minute. Yard work to even do this. But yeah, man, talk about getting caught with one, man. That's always been my fear because we're Ohio and I've done time with folks like that. They're doing that solid year. There's no good time, there's no judicial release. If you get caught with a gun and you're a felon, it's an automatic year. Plus whatever they want to do to you, but you got to do that gun spec no matter what. So it's always been kind of a fear of mine of just being with a buddy and something happening. Hell, a good example, the Redneck Rave, man. Shout out to Redneck Rave and Justin Time and them. But Mr. Reaction, stupid ass. I go to leave the first night of the rave, and I drank a little too much, so I rode back to the hotel with Tim, Triple T. And of course, Mr. Reaction's one of those, like, he'd lay down and let you walk on him. You know what I mean? So he's like, hey, man, you take the front seat, brother. And so I go to jump in the front seat, and there's Mr. Reaction's little handgun right there beside me. And I had no idea it was even there.
Wow.
Yeah, and I was kind of heated about it, man, because we started to leave up out of there, and there was like
I would have been too.
Yeah, because there was cops and shit that approached Tim's truck to tell us that we had to turn around. The road was closed. And he shined the light in there, and that's when I seen it because it was so dark. I didn't even know it was there.
Shout out Rocky Strong. We got Rocky Strong in the chat. My bad, man. I was shouting out somebody in the chat. Man.
That's just how easy it happens, man. That's why I'm so relieved now that I was able to get that record taken care of. So what I did, man, when I finally took it serious enough to want to try to do it, to see what it was about, I looked into it, and every bit of information I found was, you get an attorney, and the attorney will do all the legwork and check to see if you qualify, check to see if there's any obstacles or anything like that. And I was like, man, fuck that. I'm not getting an attorney. Like, I ain't got the money for that. I got a family. I was like, surely I could figure this out. I can find the statute and all that shit that you have to, you know, put in the request. And I just typed it up myself, man. And I gave I listed the charges that I wanted to get rid of, which that was kind of depressing, having to put so many charges on there. Like, can you get rid of this one and this one and this one? And then I put what statute I was, you know, that I qualified to get it removed. And then I kind of just gave the judge a little brief story about where I'm at now in my life. Like, this is what I do. This is where I'm at in my life. You know, this is how long I've been on the good, straight and narrow. This is my family. This is where my wife works and shit like that. And which kind of fucked me up at first. And I can say it now because it ain't there no more. But I didn't know that they were going to do this, Josh. But when I submitted that form, they put that shit on the public record thing, so you could pull that up, and it was every detail of my life, right down to where my wife worked at. And I was like, damn, that's crazy. You know what I mean? I didn't know they were going to do all that, but they got rid of it since then. Is the only reason I speak on it. But I was like, damn, dog, that's crazy. Like, I didn't know you were going to do all that. But anyway, long story short, man, I submitted it to the judge, and like a couple months went by, and I didn't think nothing was going to happen, man. I was like, well, you know, either they're going to deny it or something, you know. And then they sent me a letter saying that they were doing an investigation on me, because it's like anything else. They got to do an investigation to make sure that you don't have any like pending cases, or you don't have any reason why you're a threat to the public and shit like that.
Yeah, make sure you ain't a flight risk.
Yeah, man, like all that shit. Because like if you have a pending case somewhere else, I guess people do that where they got a pending case somewhere else and they hurry up and get their shit expunged. And, you know, then it helps them in this new case. But they investigated me. They must have done a lot of, you know, because I had people asking me about it too, that they said that they were looking into me and they thought I was in trouble again, you know. But yeah, they scheduled the hearing, and I went in there, and it wasn't until the day of the hearing that I fully grasped the fact that I was representing myself, because I thought in my head the only thing that I was doing as far as the attorney's job was just submitting the shit. I didn't realize until I got there and there was these other cases in front of me for expungement that how much the attorney was responsible for, because he was doing all the speaking and doing all the what do they call that, where they add something to the record or whatever. Like, they were doing all that business, and I was like, oh shit. Like, every bit of me wanted to just get up, walk out of there and be like, nah, I'm in over my head, bro. Like, I ain't gonna be able to do it. But, you know, I know a lot of people wanted a bigger, longer story about it probably, but that's all I did. And I went up in front of the judge. He asked me why I deserved to have my record expunged, in my opinion, you know, and what led me to do the things that got me charged in the first place. You know, stuff like that, man. And you had to be honest, because that judge was listening, you know what I mean? And picking apart everything that I said. And
putting you on the spot. That's in the hot seat.
For sure. Yeah. And I didn't have no attorney to speak for me, you know, and the guy in front of me actually didn't get his approved, man. And I thought for sure he would, because, you know, it was kind of similar scenario. He had some old charges from like 2006 and 7. And his attorney put on a good case, you know, and was like, here's why I think he should be. He's cleaned his life up. He moved to Nashville. This guy was like running a liquor store in Nashville or something. And the prosecutor, for some reason, for the state, didn't like it and was like, nah, man, we don't recommend expungement for this fella. And they said to come back and try later. And I was like, damn, I didn't know it was that hard. So I thought for sure I wasn't going to get it. But for some reason, man, the prosecutor spoke really highly of me, man.
Yeah, it's probably because the other guy that was in front of you had something to do with alcohol. That's probably why they kind of wary of that.
It made me wonder. Yeah, I was like, I wouldn't even have told him that I ran a liquor store. I'd have been like, man,
right.
You know what I mean? I'd have just said general manager and left it at that or something. You know what I mean? Too much detail.
Yeah.
But nah, man, it still hasn't really set in all the way, because they said to give it 90 days for the FBI and BCI and all them people to completely clear their records out before I, you know, go to do the, you know what.
The actual expungement.
No, the expungement's done, but I just got to wait. They send records to FBI, BCI, what's that called? The Attorney General or whatever. And they send them a letter saying to destroy all records of me. You know what I mean? Like to get all that out of their system.
Yeah.
And they said it could take up to 90 days to do that. So if I wanted to like go, buy a I'd have to wait after 90 days for that, if that makes sense. Yeah, the ATF too. Thanks, Krupp. I couldn't think of all
Here
of them.
in,
It was like people that they had to send it to.
here in South Carolina, I know that I know for sure, for definite, that you have to get a pardon. That's if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that you have to get a pardon. You have to get several letters of recommendation. Um, you have to have a certain length amount of time where you have not gotten charged with nothing, like not even like I don't know if it's like traffic violations, speeding tickets, and stuff like that apply to it, but yeah, it's kind of like that. But I haven't. That's just about as far as I've looked into it because I know you got to pay. I think for each felony is like either $200 to $300, and that's when I looked into it like 7 years ago. So I can only imagine what it is now.
Yeah, it probably did go up. But that's the thing too. Like here they did, and they talked about traffic tickets and little minor misdemeanor things because the way they said it was that shows like a pattern, you know what I mean, of like not being on the right side of things, not being on the right side of law, stuff like that. There's little things that can catch you up, but that'd be my biggest advice is to just look into your state specifically and don't set yourself up for failure. Like if you're still sneaking and relapsing and doing shit, man, it's not worth it because even if you do get it expunged, man, if you're still playing games, man, you're just setting yourself up for failure. And I don't think you can get it done twice. If you catch a new charge afterwards, I think it's a wrap.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, we ain't we on the up and up over here now, man. I'm on the little flower here and there. That's about it. You know what I mean? Like the herbage, but that's all I do anymore, man. I'm 322 days clean from Suboxone. That's something else I wanted to ask you. I know you said you had struggled. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you had struggled with addiction before, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay. Do you mind me asking what it was that got you? I mean, mine was the opiates, of course.
That's what mine was, man. I was never the
Okay.
speed guy. Yeah, I've always had heart problems anyway, so I was always scared of the other. But yeah, it was always opiates, man. And then, like everybody else, they done rid of the original OCs, and then everything else on the street was just crazy. So we all graduate to heroin. It's just the progression, man. Yeah, it's crazy to think about that too, because that was what I had to bring up in court was I had to explain my addiction history to the judge, and it was strange, like just sitting up there talking about it because I'm so far removed from it. But honestly, I see a lot of people talk about recovery, and they like to use it just because it sounds good and like I've been clean and I this and that. But if folks ain't working a program, you know what I mean? Like if you don't have a home group or if you ain't like chairing meetings, paying your dues, stuff like that, man, like, and I got family right now that's still struggling and I can't get it through to them, man. And it's frustrating because they just keep on going backwards. And it's like, but it's in due time, right? Everybody gets clean in their own time. But like, if you want to get clean and stay clean, you got to give it back, man. You got to help some other people out. And that's the only way we keep it, right? Is to help other folks out, man. And that was the hardest part, man. There was a lot of times at the beginning I didn't want to go to my home group and go chair that meeting, go open the church up, and get the coffee going, put all the chairs and tables out, and then beg people to even read anything or participate. Everybody just wants to say pass, you know what I mean? Like nobody wants to. Yeah, it's tough. I don't know how it is where you're at, but usually those NA meetings are all the same. But admittedly, it's been a while since I've been to one. My wife still goes to them just because of her work, you know what I mean? And well, because of her mental, really, she was also a former addict, but hers was the opposite, which is funny. Like she was into that speed shit, bro. You know what I mean? Like it's good that our drugs are the same, I think.
I had when I was younger, I just mainly converged over to the opiates, and then I had to get off the opiates, so I got on Suboxone, and then I went from the Suboxone strips onto the monthly shot. That was the best thing I could ever done, man. I took 6 injections, and they're time released, and so it lasts you all month. And I went to take my eighth. Went to see her to take my eighth one, and I told her I didn't want to take no more, dude. And that I didn't have no withdrawals hardly whatsoever, because
That's
it
awesome.
builds up in your system. It builds up in your system so much. They put it in like right beside your navel, and they stack on top of each other, and it takes forever for that stuff to dissipate out of your body. So I
Yeah.
mean, there for about 2 weeks, I had a point where I felt my body felt weird, but it wasn't to where I couldn't work. It didn't. You know what I mean? I could go to work. It wasn't a problem. So I
Yeah.
was blessed with
That's the
that.
hardest thing, man. Yeah, that's one of the things I was going to ask you about because man, a lot of us did that. Opiate addicts, we switched from that to Suboxone, and for the first time in
Mhm.
our lives, like felt way better than we had. We felt like we had our life back. You know, we were actually doing things besides chasing drugs and shit, and we felt like we had it whipped. But damn, did we not realize like that Suboxone's a son of a bitch, and that's why, like people always think that I'm coming at them the wrong way. And like, well, I made a comment about Gobble being on Suboxone still, and I had so many people DM me like, "Man, nah, fuck that. Suboxone saved my life, man, and I thought you were better than that." And I'm like, man, I'm not saying that Suboxone ain't a good tool. I'm just saying folks like Gobble are the problem with it. They just want
Yeah,
to be on
you
that for
said
the
it.
rest of their life.
You said the
Yeah.
key word though. Tool, and
Yeah.
and then as far as it needs to go, a tool. Yeah,
Yeah, and a lot of us who
exactly.
are actually clean, man, like we really take that sentence. Like when you say, "Man, I've been clean for this long," like that's a big deal. And a lot of us did a lot to earn the right to say that. We're not just chilling.
No,
And also the other part of being clean, like what's the point in being clean if you ain't going to go and work and support your family and get your life back together? Well, I mean, you might as well be on drugs if all you want to do is sit around and be a bum, bro, and just leech off of people. Like
yeah.
that's my whole point with that dude, man. Like talk about clean and all that, but Suboxone was one of the hardest things for me to get off of, man. Like I ain't gonna lie about it. I struggled like a
Oh yeah.
motherfucker with it. Yeah, dude. And matter of fact,
I didn't.
I don't know if I told you or not, but one of those charges that I got expunged was I ran from the police on my motorcycle, and I was on Suboxone at that time when I did it, and I ran from them, got away. They didn't catch me. I was on I was on a Gixxer 1000. There was no shot they were catching me,
Okay.
and I thought I was good, right? Right. So I went back to work, went back to regular life, and at that time I was taking like 3 Suboxone a day. And they showed up at my work. The SWAT team did. They came in there and arrested me. And I had money though, so I thought, well, I'll just bond out, and I'll figure this out. Well, what they did is they got me on like a secret indictment, and I guess they have like 180 days in Ohio to arraign you, to where you can actually get a bond. Well, they used like I was like 86 days in there waiting to just get an arraignment so I could even get a bond. And they
Oh
did me like
wow.
that on purpose. Yeah, because I'd caused them so much trouble, dude. That was like not even 8 months after they flew to Florida to fly me back for something else. But I sat there, dude, and that was the worst fucking 2-3 months of my life because I was on 3 Suboxone a day and then just thrown in jail and just
Oh
had to
yeah.
dry out on them.
Oh man, dude. I I felt for you for
Dude,
that one, bro. Oh my God, bro.
bro, I felt fucking
Mm.
dumb, dude. Yeah.
uh,
Yeah, that's why I commend you.
well,
I was hearing you in Chop's chat saying that you had quit on cold turkey. I was like, God damn, dude, that's hard. I didn't know
yeah,
about the shot
that's
thing.
what I'm saying though. Yeah, that's what I say. If anybody is watching this right now and y'all are trying to get off of Suboxone, I'm telling you right now, and you may not be able to get it in your state. You might have to go a couple of states over. But if you're trying to kick that stuff, get on the monthly injection. It's called there's one called Prescotti, and then the other one's called Sublocade. And that is the I'm telling you, this is God's gift to getting off of that stuff, man. It really is.
That's
Because
cool
there
too,
was
because you ain't
hardly
got to worry
no
about. Yeah,
yeah. It's
remembering to
and see
take it.
it all. Yeah, that's what I was about to say. It also gets your mind off the, wait a minute, I got to take my strip every morning because you've already had the injection. You go to I had to go see her once a month. I still go to the same doctor because I do a medication management program.
Yeah.
Because she's a psychiatrist and a regular doctor. So I take stuff for anxiety, and I take Wellbutrin too. But so I still have to take drug tests once a month. You know what I mean? I kept it that way to make sure to hold my ass accountable. So if I don't pass the drug test, I can't get. I take Klonopin for my anxiety and Wellbutrin for I think it's depression. It's antidepressant, but I can't
Yeah.
get those if I fail the drug test. So and I set it up that way so I wouldn't fail. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
You know,
that's okay. The injection. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, you're good. That's what it's called up here too. That's what my sister was taking here recently at that place she was at. She went to that injection. She said that she felt like a little sick at first, like right after the first couple of days of the shot or whatever. But yeah, I'm the type though that I need direct intervention. Like something has to happen to me, like getting locked up for that high speed chase. There's no like I can admit
Yeah.
that. Like I don't have it in me to just I just need to quit. You know what I mean? Like that's never been my thing, which I'm fortunate that I got locked up. As crazy as that sounds, man, like when you get in the right place in life, you're thankful for shit like that. Like getting locked up saves motherfuckers' life, dude. And right after that, I took probation on that one. I just pled guilty to get the fuck out of jail. I was like, damn, dude, I've been here for like 90 days waiting to get, you know what I mean, just arraigned on this shit. And I was like, y'all got me dead in the rights. There was like dash cam of it. They had my plate number on the
Yeah.
back of the bike. There was no fighting it anyway. So I just took 3 years probation for it. And then they gave me the like 70, 80 days time served, whatever it was. And that
I got
probation saved my life,
I
bro.
got I got corrupt. I'm about to bring corrupt up real quick.
Look,
Let me
somebody
get him
said
up in
smoke
here.
weed, bro. That's everybody's. I never did smoke
Yeah.
weed, man. I did a lot of shit, but smoking weed was never my thing. What up, Crump?
Hey, yeah, yeah,
What's up, corrupt?
yeah. What's happening, gentlemen? What's happening?
What's
Hey,
Did
going on, big guy?
now I hear y'all up here talking about the right things, talking about the good things. You know what I mean? And that's great, bro. We got to do that type of thing. But there's a lot more entertainment that could be tapped here as well. I just want to point out there's a lot more things that could be talked about out here, man.
I was waiting for the butt. Hey, we just
Yeah,
got to lay the
yeah, yeah.
foundation so that people know that we know what we're talking about when we go to clown a motherfucker. You know what I
Bro,
mean?
well, bro, what y'all are talking about is what y'all are talking about though is major things too, bro. I don't want to downplay those things at all, man. Anybody that knows me knows that I've been fought with things for a long time, and I'm still openly I do something that I don't think many people can do, and is moderate. And like, so I'll do a little moderation here once a month or so, and have a little short little frame where I do this or I do that. I don't go crazy, and I don't do my DOC. You know what I mean? My thing of choice. I don't do that ever. But like I might grab a Zan here or there every once in a while. I might grab a little Klonopin here or there every once in a while. But I don't go crazy. Like even smoking trees, I'll smoke for a couple months and then I'll take a couple months and not smoke at all. And then I'll go back to smoking. And really, bro, it's just it's kind of the greed in me because I want when I want the stuff, I want the stuff to work the way that I remember it working, right? And
Yeah.
doing it all the time, every day, like it doesn't do that. You know what I mean? Like you build those tolerances up, bro, and then it's like, well, the shit that's shot. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
instead of doubling down and going crazy like I used to would do, now I just say, okay, that means it's time to quit. It's time to back off for a while, and I'll back off for a while. But now I know a lot of people, and I talk to them, and they're like, "Look, I can't do that. I know I can't do that." And then you know what I mean. And if you know you can't do that, then that's you need to do what you need to do. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm not saying that my way is any way types of right. Y'all got it way better than I do. You know what I mean? But I'm also saying I've never came to that point in my life yet like I know it's coming, but I never came to that point in my life yet that I've been like, you know what? I'm ready to just fully dedicate to nothing. Like I've not came there. Like I've wanted, even if I don't do it, even if I go 6 months with doing nothing, you know what I mean? Which happens. I, I don't want the idea out of the water. Like I do zero alcohol. We do zero alcohol in this house. So any alcohol, anytime is already out the water, off the table. You know what I mean? And so you know, that's one of them things. I don't like alcohol anyway, but that's one thing that's gone, bro. So it's like I got a birthday coming up this next weekend, right? On the 28th. And to me, it's like, okay, I know that I can do a little bit extra on that weekend, not go out and do not like it's kind of like this, like either you have a little bit of enjoyment, you stay in a safe environment, or you go out into into the club scene or to the casino or whatever you like doing. You go out to an out environment and you stay straight edge as you can be. You know what I mean? Like you can't do both. Like when you mix those two things, it always ends bad. But you know, I think if anybody's listening, y'all do it their way. You know what I mean? Like I shouldn't even be talking about the shit I'm talking about, because it's just coming up here and like pouring water on the fire they setting up of the moral, the good way to be doing these things. So I apologize for that, man. I don't like to not be honest about it. You know what I mean? Like
that's what I was just gonna say, man. You gotta, respect the honesty. At first, I thought you was kind of fucking with me or something like that. No. I could tell you just being honest, man, and that's what's up, man. And man's got to know his limitations. Like this Shadow Riverbank said, I got a left foot. It's always or no way. And that's that. Hey, the man's got to know his limitations. That's what I'm saying. I like this shit too much. I know myself, and I set up these little things, like being a truck driver, for instance. Like I'm constantly getting tested, and even if somebody bumps into me, I still get tested. So, like, I can't, you know what I'm saying? And I used to love the fuck out of them Klonopins, man. And the last time I woke up. This ain't no lie, man. I woke up half naked in my car in the parking lot of the pharmacy.
Wow.
I had salsa in my chest hair. I don't know what I was doing, bro. I thought I was going to rob it or something. I don't know what I was trying to do, man.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I just can't fuck with it. You know what I mean?
Well, bro, like I had lots of ODs, right? Like where, lots of times where it was OD whenever that dog food switched to that Fenty. That Fent, bro, that Fent changed everything, right? And I never was one to be making holes in myself. I never went that far. I knew if I would go that far, it was over for me. So, I always just played with my nostril, and just little sniffs here and there. And I remember I was eating those blue K-pens, and I got a hold of it. It was early days Fent. And it took me out, bro. Like I got, by the grace of God, someone spotted me slumped out in the parking lot, bro. And like I went over on the arm and the leg to where it cut the blood flow off, to where for 3 days, like I thought it was gone, bro. And I'm a painter, drywall type dude. I was on this big $1 million project home and on the lake, and the next day I got up and got out of there, man. And, it's a longer story, but I don't want to take up the whole dang show telling the story. But, I had to go and start painting the next day with an dominant arm that I can't feel at all. And I'm having to walk around on these ladders and everything with my dominant leg that I can't feel. And it's like a drop foot, like my ankle's trying to shift out and away from the straight what it should be doing. So like I put a brace on it, and I'm consciously turning it inward every time I take a step, because I'm trying to keep it as straight as I can. So every step I'm like over there looking like the Hunchback of Notre Dame, like crazy. But man, for 3 days it was like that. And the third day, Wednesday, I remember heading home, man, and like I'd been talking to God in my head all day long, man. Like that's kind of, there's a few reasons for the name Corrupt, but I'm basically the prodigal son. I'm the pastor's kid who made the whole trip around everything and came back to a form of spirituality and all that. And so like I don't know, man. Dang, bro, I'm losing where I'm going, talking about other things, man. Like you see, that's the horrible part of the marijuana right there.
It's just,
Uh,
yeah.
but yeah, bro. But anyway, man, I was going
And
somewhere with it, but I
like
lost it, bro.
man, and I hate to hear that. I'm glad to see you still with us, but and that's the
Oh
thing too.
yeah.
Is I just caught
Oh
myself like I don't want to be up here like glorifying being on shit
yeah, no.
like
That's
that.
where I was going with it. My bad, man. You just reminded me though. I was going with it is that I got really got in touch with God that drive home, right? And I got like an hour or some odd drive home, and I am freaking out mentally, like you know what I mean? Because like my wife, she don't even know the extent of what I've gotten into, right? Like I've been hiding it, bro. I've been functioning addict for so long at that time. Made it work for so long. I had this little tree hustle that used to offset everything, even on my worst spending spree on that stuff, right? So I would just take my profit off of the tree, put it all on my problem, right? And you know what I mean, it was nothing to spend $3 to $5 grand a month on that problem. And but it wasn't hurting anything. Like it was hurting what could have been, right? I guess, but I'm putting my life on the line, and me, my family, everything on the line, like way bigger scale than what I was looking at it as, right? But at the time, it was like it wasn't hurting. That's what I kept telling myself. It wasn't hurting because it wasn't financially hurting my family or nothing like that. But it could have real bad, like. But yeah, I remember talking to God, bro, that third day on the way home, man, it's just freaking out. Like, what can I do? Like, I can't, I'm gonna have to talk to my wife and let her know, like, all the way. Like, I'm having a breakdown. Like, I'm finding that rock bottom is what it really was. You know what I mean? Like, I'm freaking out in the truck, man, and talking to God, man. And I was on my way home, man. I got about 3/4 way home. I had this overwhelming, calming presence come over me. And then these thoughts that I still have all these thoughts now that come across me that are not my thoughts, things that I would not think, but they are put into my thought process. And it's like, okay, well, I wouldn't have never thought that. And it just came in my head. So I know that ain't me. You know what I mean? And this was one of those thoughts, man. And it boom came across the ticker tape of my mind, man. And it said, as soon as you get home, go into that bathroom, turn the water on as hot as you can possibly do it. Turn that because I had one of those nozzle heads that you could turn to the different head settings and get to that massaging one, the one that just beats the piss out of you, and turn it on that one, and then focus on those muscle groups of that arm and leg. And like, bro, I got home first thing straight. Boom, turned it on, got in the water, started doing that, massaging head all over, just scalding hot, man, like burn yourself hot. And bro, by the time I got out of that shower, I could feel and operate my leg and my arm again. It'd been 3 days, you know what I mean? And like the crazy thing is, like, this is why we don't want to glorify these type things, because at the time, whenever I got my life saved from being slumped out in that truck, and somehow by the grace of God, somebody saw me and had enough sense to not record me or nothing, but just call the ambulance, like that's a shot in the dark these days, bro, because a lot of people just gonna record you. But
yeah,
exactly.
Somebody called the number, called them boys, they showed up, everything. Like at the time, bro, I was upset that somebody called and got me all worried. Like I thought I was going to jail, I still had like a G of that stuff on me. It was just I had it in the arch of my foot inside my sock. And when I woke up, it was November 1st, man, because I remember the day before was Halloween, and I was being good dad, right? I was out there doing trick or treating and all the things, right? But I ran through everything I had that night. So the next morning, I woke up before anybody could get up. I got up at like 6 a.m. and I took off to the city, like an hour drive, man, and went to go get that, come back before anybody woke up and anybody was aware, and I could just keep doing what I've been doing. And Nah, man, God had other plans. He slowed my roll down, bro. And like I ended up pulling
Yeah.
over. I needed to go to AutoZone, but I pulled over because when I got it, dude told me, yo, be careful with it. Be careful with it. It's strong. So I waited till I was like 30 minutes out from the house. And I stopped in this other town at AutoZone because I needed to get a couple things there. And I was just sitting there finished smoking my cigarette, just feeling like, taking in what I had just done because it was starting to proceed through me. So I'm smoking my cigarette, just kicked back. And that's the last thing I knew till I woke up on that cold ground on November 1st, man. And I woke up with my shoes off. And mind you, I told you I put it inside that arch of that foot. So my first thing instinct, I wake up, bro, and I just start grabbing for my shoes. I put my shoe on and I rub that spot as I'm with my thumb as I'm putting it on, like not making a scene, but just checking and it's still there. And I'm like, oh shit. Now I'm thinking like how I'm gonna get into the jail with this. You know what I mean? Like I was that far strong on it, man, that like, okay, I'm going to jail now. How can I get this in so I don't have to be super sick while I'm in jail, bro? There is nothing to highlight and delight when we get to talking about the things that turn you into an addict. There is nothing to highlight or delight. Like it is a problem, y'all.
Yeah, you got
But that
lucky
was
too.
God. That
Yeah,
was
for
God
sure.
taking over. Yeah, man.
Yeah,
That's
because
that
we
was
ain't got
God.
no control over it. I know you said that, like you can function and moderate and stuff like that. And that's what we all tell ourselves, man. But
Mm-hmm. Oh
you
yeah.
know what I mean? That right there, like we have no control over it. We don't know what we're messing with. I thankfully got out of the game before that fentanyl shit happened. Like
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
stopped messing around right before that started happening. And I always thank God for that too, because I'd have been in the same situation, man. Thankfully, I've never. But that's some scary shit, man. And that's
Yeah.
something to you know what I mean, to share to the youth that thinks it's
For
cool to go out,
sure.
get high and shit. Ain't
For
nothing cool
sure,
about
bro.
it, man. And there ain't no control over it either. You think you do, and
No,
some people
n-
can do that for
not
20
that.
years,
I
man. But
don't know that you can control that stuff, bro. Like, look, when I'm talking about moderation, bro, I'm talking about like benzos. I'm talking about like taking a Xanax or a Klonopin every so often. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not talking about anything type opiate. Like, don't do it. Like, and I mean, shoot, don't even really mess with the benzos because they can get worse coming off of them if you can't stop taking them. Like,
I've
they
heard
get
people
worse.
making
Yeah,
those too, man. Like making fake ones of those too. Like
Yeah,
uh,
that's wicked work, bro. The ones I
yeah,
fortunately, what I mean, mine come from the pharmacy when they come. Like,
yeah.
yeah,
That's
but it's not something I'm locked in on either, though, bro. It's not like something that I'm thinking about, like, oh yeah, I gotta get this, and I'm gonna, you know what I mean? It's something like, oh, I got the birthday weekend coming up. I might do something a little bit extra, and so that's about all I got left on the
yeah,
board. So you know what I mean, like that and smoking. Because like I said, I don't drink.
yeah.
Like I
That's
feel like
good, man.
drinking is almost a worse drug than some of these other ones, really. But and it's worse
I
because
drink
it's
every
right there
once
on
in
the
a while,
shelf.
man.
Um,
yeah.
I drink every once in a while. Like
that
I'm
that
going to that mobile home bash now, so I'll probably drink
yeah,
there. Like when I went and
I
seen
ain't knocking it,
Just in
bro.
Time at the Redneck Ray Bar Takeover, I drank. Just special occasion,
I'm just
and I
saying, it's like
smoked, and
so
that's
that's how I take the little benzos. Is like how you drink. You know
yeah,
what I mean? And
yeah,
so it's like here or there, just special occasion, like the birthday weekend. You know what I mean? Like I don't know, like I couldn't do it on opiates. I couldn't moderate on opiates. I couldn't. I know that. You know what I mean? Like it'd be
yeah.
all over, bro. I know that. Like so, I don't try it.
Yeah,
Not at
that one
all.
there too. That
Yeah,
lesson for sure. T Dan said try another plug-in for that fan. Sometimes T Dan we get old and we ain't the sharpest knife in the drawer no more, man. And I think a lot of that, like running and gunning in my younger days, like kind of I'm paying for that now. Once you hit 40, you start paying for all that dumb shit. Like
Yeah, you
I
do.
was,
oh yeah,
bro.
oh yeah,
Yeah, there's so many places I drywalled the whole house, hanging fucking 12-foot sheets of drywall by myself, man. Just high on that shit, man. Like, oh, I got
yeah,
this, and now I can't
yeah,
hardly fucking do
Yeah,
nothing.
yeah. No,
yeah.
that's right. I know that's right.
It ain't worth
It's
Mm-hmm.
it. I'd give anything to start over and do that again and not take that same path. But like I say, it was a break in the cycle for me. I grew up in that household.
Right.
That was the cool thing to do. Everybody's getting high, everybody's getting drunk, everybody's party. Every day was a party, man. You know what I mean?
Right.
I can remember before I went into the foster system, man, like I'd get up 11 years old, get ready for school, and my parents are out back, like passed out in the backyard, you know.
Wow.
I just step over them, you know what I mean, to go
Oh,
to school,
wow.
shit like that. Like that was,
Yeah.
and they just would pick up strangers
Wow.
from the liquor store, bring them home, and like
That's major. Yeah.
that's how they were, and that was the thing. And you thought, well, as soon as I get old enough to drink and party with them, that's what I'm gonna do. You know,
Yeah.
you think it's the cool thing to do, but it ain't. Man,
See,
it took
my
me to figure that out.
my upbringing was completely different. Gotcha. I mean, my dad was Army, retired E8 first sergeant, 20 and a half years in. He went in at 17, retired at 37, right? Retired, became full-time pastor. Assemblies of God Church. He turned it into a non-denominational. So we were those aisle running, pew jumping, slain in the spirit, speaking in tongue cats, you know. We didn't do the snakes, but we did everything else pretty much, you know what I mean? Like I grew up watching my dad put hands on people's heads and they'd fall out, you know what I mean? The ushers and such would catch them and lay them down ever so slightly. And I grew up watching my dad do that, you know what I mean? I grew up watching my dad be on the pulpit, and I saw my dad, you know, I'm sure people would debate it or whatever, certain people, but for lack of a better term, I saw my dad eject a demonical spirit. You know what I mean? Like the lady was moving like a snake, and she vomiting, projectile vomiting, and like doing all this like weird movement. Like you ain't supposed to move like that, baby. Like that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, the body don't really wiggle. The body don't really wiggle like that, man. This is not a TikTok dance. You know what I'm saying? Like this is early 90s or so, like mid 90s. But yeah, I saw that. And you know, I said this on the live last night, man, because somebody who came up described himself as a satanic person, and I had a long talk with them last night, and but they ended up being a super nice person, and I asked them that I told them that they needed to change how they deliver their entry upon meeting somebody, because like, bro, I lost people in the live. You know, we had well over 100 some odd people in there. I lost people when she said she was satanic, you know what I mean? And then by the end of it, I was like, so really you're an anarchy. You're an anarchy person. Like, and she was like, yeah, in a sense I am. She was like that. I was like, well, what you're saying, it sounds more like that. Like you need to redirect your wording, your verbiage of what you are. You're running people away. But ended up being a good talk. But yeah, I was like that, man. And see, like my dad, though, he was never at home. My mom had cheated on him when he was in the military, and he was stationed in Korea the second time. We all went the first time when I was 6 months old. 6 months to 2 years I was in Korea. But then when he went back the second time, she cheated on him, you know, and so like, and she had cheated on him before that, I believe. So like my dad, and that was always a thing. Then we all go back home to Alabama, where I was born at. When he retired, became the pastor. I became, you know, Army brat to a preacher kid, and it ended up like moms ended up having dudes come to the church only to try to get a shot at her type thing, you know what I mean? And then moms ended up getting caught up messing with somebody that had started coming to the church, a dude, and like then comes out that, you know, it ain't just him, but she runs off with him and ends up in Indiana. Then my dad ends up, you know, like trying to chase her and doing all this stuff. He meets who is now my stepmom to this day. But you know, but long story, trying to not be longer. I was 15 in Alabama with not a relative in the state. You know what I mean? My closest relative ended up being my two sisters that moved to Tennessee, which they were 18 and 21. You know what I mean? I was the baby. I was the only minor and the only one left in Alabama, bro. It was wild. I was there for a year and a half. I was 17 or so, almost 18, few months out from being 18. Whenever I finally got abducted, I got a video on my channel talking about I was abducted.
Oh, I'm gonna have to check
I'm
that out.
laughing at, yeah, I'm laughing at the chat, y'all. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's
Let
a
me
video, not a live or nothing. You know what I mean? Like I got the first video I ever did, bro. It's raw and rugged. Like it's not very great done, like editing and all that wise, but it's a great story. It's about when splitting the money bag goes wrong. And it sounds like some gangster talk, right? But I'll just put it like this, bro. It's a lesson in humility. My first ever YouTube video. And it's talking about splitting the money bag, right? Now, use your brain. Use your like, don't think about the money bag like we gangsters and we just robbed the bank. Think about when splitting the money bag goes wrong. And then we talking about a man's body part. I'll just put it like that. Look, Chicago West in here, she know what's up. She said, not the money bag.
Chicago
like
West.
She's seen the video. Shout out to you. Yeah.
What's up, Chicago West?
That one, the splitting, like that one has a thumbnail like 1 in a million. It was a 1 in a million or something. And then the other one has a thumbnail, which is a little bit later on, has a thumbnail of it talking about I was abducted or something like that. You'll see them, bro. They're both in my video part of it. Like, which I haven't done a whole lot.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back to yard work and need to listen to something anyway. I like a good story, and honestly, like you were saying, your upbringing, man, I've realized like being in like prison, jail, and all the like these treatment centers and hearing all these different people's stories is the one thing in common. Like, because I always thought that, right? Like I used that as a crutch for the longest. Like, well, I was brought up fucked up. Yeah. And even the foster parents were fucked up. But I realized that it ain't got nothing to do with that, man. Just the pressure of life and success.
Well,
it's us all the same, man. And we can all use it like different. Like I've seen people like, man, my parents were just like straight laced. Dad's a cop, mom's a fucking lawyer, whatever. And the pressure of doing so good or being on the right side is too much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so, like,
well, I told my parents. I told both my parents at different times in life that it was around the same time, but they weren't together. So at different points, you know, I told both of them that the worst drug problem I ever had was being drugged into the church every time the doors were open. Damn. Like, and I was never going to force my children to go to church. My children know about the Lord. They're all about it. They're 100% with it, bro. And I've never pushed anything. Like even my son, he's a sergeant in the Army. You know what I mean? He's a 50 cal gunner on the take, the M1 Abrams tank. He's the gunner up top, right? And you know, he was through his early 20s and everything. He was telling me about how he's basically agnostic and all this stuff. And you know what I mean? I just told him, you know what I mean, it's cool, brother. I'll pray for you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna put nothing on you. Like, you do what you feel you're directed to through your spirit. And like, I'm not gonna, you know, go super hard on you. And then, you know, it got to the point where he came around to the Lord. So, you know, like it's a beautiful thing. But yeah, I told him I was never gonna force my peoples like that, man. And because, bro, I wanted to do, like, I kind of resented my pops because everything he did, he put into the church, and he had nothing to really do with me. Like, he had retired from the military. He used to be gone in the field all the time, all that stuff. Now he's around, but he's at the church, always in the church, doing something in the church. And I was a young boy, man. Like, I needed my pops, man. Like, that's how I started running and doing dumb shit, was because my pops was taken up. And that's my mom even. She started doing dumb shit. Like I told you, you know what I mean? Like, you
needed that attention. And they
like my mom did too, you know what I mean? It goes to show you that what I say is true, because same thing, mom was doing the same type shit that I didn't know, that I didn't put that 2 and 2 together till later on, you know what I mean? But like, bro, I was being as rebellious as I could be because I didn't want to be nothing like my father. And then I grow up and I basically start preaching on the internet. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy how it runs around, but I am the prodigal son. Like, I am, bro. But what I was going to say, like, when you were talking about the parents and everything, man, the thing is, and I told both my parents this too, and especially my mom. I said, look, I don't hold none of that against you. Either one of y'all, I don't hold none of it against you. Like, could I play it off and put a lot of blame on y'all and do all that? Yeah, I could, but that's not the real story. I was like, the real story is like, we as people, we look at our parents, we grow up looking at our parents like, oh, they're grown, they're adults. We're taught to think that they have all the answers at a young age. So we look at them a certain type of way, which that kind of disintegrates the real life perception. And you can get it back when you're older, but by that time you're already kind of jaded and you won't look at it this way too often. But this is how I look at it. And I told them this. I don't hold it against you, and I forgive you for everything. Even my dad beating me like he did, my mom's running off like that, everything. I forgive y'all for everything because I understand that this is y'all's first human experience too. This is y'all's first time living this human life and trying to get it right. And how could I hold on to all of that hate and everything, giving you the power to control my emotions without even knowing on some old shit that you can't do nothing about? Like, that's just wasting your energy and power. So why hold on to it whenever it's really just their first human experience? You gonna fuck up too. You gonna fuck up as a parent. You gonna fuck
good
up
advice, man. That's
a
really
lot
good
of
advice. Yeah. And it took me a long time to realize that they're just people too. And like
Yeah.
you said, your mom running off and your dad burying himself in the church, that's them escaping something in their lives too, right? You know, everybody has something, man, that they try to escape. It took me a long time to realize. I was so mad at my parents for the way they were. And I was like, I just don't understand it. And my mom's still that way today, man. She still ain't figured it out. And it is what it is.
I was the
you know what I mean?
same way.
Yeah,
I was
sad,
the
bro.
same way.
some shit happened to her that got her that way. It is what it is, man.
That's
And you
sad,
got to
man.
think too, like if you're a mid-30s person right now, still like I was running from the police in my mid-30s. You know what I mean? Like trying to figure it out. And so when you're a kid and you're looking at your parent and you're like, man, like you said, you're supposed to have the answers. You're supposed to be, you know what I mean? Perfect.
Yeah.
Like, nah, bro, there's just a 30-some-year-old person trying to figure
it out. Think about that, bro. Think about how you looked at the people that are your age right now when you were little. Sorry, Jay.
Are y'all's parents still alive?
Yep, both of mine are.
My dad passed away.
He lost his father. Yeah. R.I.P. My condolences for your father, guys, man.
I appreciate it, man.
I lost my father when I was 20 years old, and then my mama in 2017.
Damn.
Yeah.
I remember you saying that, brother. R.I.P. to both of them, man. My condolences to all that, man. I'm sorry that you don't have them.
Let me tell you how this happened, though. This is crazy how this happened now. And this goes back to did y'all hear what Hard Target said earlier when I ended the interview with him? I asked him what his message to the world is. He said, I asked him what his message to the world would be. He said, find God. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I heard all that. Yeah, shout out to that. That was dope.
My dad's mom passed away on Friday, right? And this is well after my father passed away. So I went to her funeral, and I was on my way back home on a Sunday. Well, after that, I went to the funeral. It was on the visit. I went to visit the family on a Sunday, and on the way back home, something was telling me to go by and see your mom.
Mm-hmm.
So I went by there. To see her. She was like one of the best moods I've seen her in a while. She was up, moving, like cleaning her house. She had a lot of problems like COPD and heart problems. She already had a stent put in her heart.
Right.
Well, I showed her the picture of my grandmother and the casket. And she said something to me that I'm not gonna say on here. And I got mad about it, man. So I got my kids and I left. And I didn't say anything to her, bro. I didn't tell her bye. I didn't tell her love or nothing. And I'm telling you, bro, the very next morning, 12 hours later, I got a phone call from the coroner saying my mama had passed.
Damn, Bubba.
So, by any advice I can give y'all, man, tell your mama and your daddy if they're still here that you love them every day. Because, like I say in all my videos, tomorrow was never promised, man. Never
That's
promised.
right, bro. And like my homie Rocky Strong was in here earlier in the chat. I don't know if he still is or not, but shout out to my dude. That's one of my real homies right there, man.
Yeah, shit out strong
That dude
family.
right there, a lot of times, bro, whenever he's ending his lives and such, bro, he will come on there and he will let you know that tell the people you love that you love them because they be forgetting sometimes. And even if they don't, it's still nice to hear, you know? And like he drives that home a lot, like just listening to his lives and stuff a lot. You'll hear that a lot because every time he ends the show, he says something similar to that, man. And like when you really like when you start looking past just the surface of these words, not on an up church type level, but you know, looking deeper into the feeling of these words and stuff, man, it's you know, there's more to it than what we hear a lot of times. I guess I'm saying.
Hey, got your S4. Do you need to get up out of here, buddy?
Yeah, and I was just gonna say, like, that's
Yeah, I
some good
think
points, man. And you know, like, God, and every situation is different. And I've had a lot of people come at me about like my relationship with my mother, who's still around. But you can't, like, if it's gonna cause you harm or you know or whatever, or like kind of disrupt what you got going on. I mean, you got to draw boundaries somewhere. I've tried just for that reason right there that you just said, Krupp, about, you know, you never know when they're, or no, you said that, Josh. You never know when they're going to be gone. You know, like you stopped by and seen her. And I've used that reason to try to have a relationship with my mother, man, and it's impossible, dude. Like the most negative person in the world, like all she wants is to see me fail for some reason. Like if you tell her any information, it's almost like the fucking Johnny Gobble of real life. Like if you tell her where you work at, she'll try to get you fired from there.
that's crazy, bro.
Dude, it's the
That's
craziest
wild
shit
work.
you've ever seen, bro. Like so, and I've had like Triple T come at me like, "Man, that's your mom. You only get one." I'm like, "You ain't met her, bro."
Well,
You know what I
man,
mean? She
That's wild work.
one side can't fix a two-sided relationship. You
right.
know,
It's impossible, man. And I ain't never seen nothing like it. And honestly, the last time I heard from her when I came on here on YouTube and said that I lost my job, she had texted me some slick shit about it. You know, like, haha. You know, and that's the
man,
last time I heard from her. You know what I mean? Or if I, like I
Man.
I
say,
hate that, bro.
like I have a heart problem or I went to the hospital. She's like, haha, that's what you get. You know, like she's crazy.
Damn,
Yeah, dude.
Damn, I'm sorry to hear that, bro.
Yeah, nah, it's cool. I'm used to it,
that
man. Like
sucks,
that's
bro.
who she
That's
is. But I tell you how you get her back is the silent treatment. And that
yeah,
burns her ass,
yeah.
bro. She can't stand it. But yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah.
jump off here and go back to some yard work.
Hey, I'd like to sometime get you on my channel, possibly, man, and talk about like I got questions about like the because I wasn't around in the beginning, the starts of the gobbles, and like and like how why you started going down this path and feeling the type way and all that. Like I want to delve deeper in a lot of things, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, we need to do
talk
another one with all three of us and talk about that, man.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah,
the why is obvious. Dude's a piece of shit. And you know, when we talk about religion and stuff, like those are the cats that I can't stand that will talk and he'll be like, "Oh, those people that tell me to get a job, they're evil." Like, we ain't evil, bro. We're just trying to get you to get your shit together, homie. And saying evil is crazy. You know what I mean? That's taking it too far. Yeah, I'd like to talk about it, man. I'm gonna do more of this, man. Like, just kick it with people, dude. Like, I need to do it more anyway. I've always steered clear of it just because, like, the whole YouTube thing for me is exactly what it looks like and what I say it is. Like the evenings after work or the weekends, if I got a minute, like the shit that I seen and heard throughout the week, I'll screen grab it. Weekend, I'll just say my opinion about it, and that's all I've ever done, really. Like I don't really invest a whole lot of time in. If you notice and you go through all my videos, you'll never hear me say, you know, hit the like button, subscribe, follow me, and you'll never see like hashtag and shit in there. Like I don't hashtag none of it. Like because that's people trying to really hit the algorithm. I don't want to be in anybody's way trying to, you know what I mean? Like, I just want to say my little shit and get out, man. You know what I mean? Like, I don't
see my personal channel. My personal channel is a lot like that, man. Some of the other channels I'm on and I mess with, like it's different. It's all promotion, everything, market, you know. But my little solo channel, bro, I've tried to build it organically. I've always said I didn't want any hollow viewers. You know, like how you get those on shorts a lot. Like when you put shorts out and you get subs from them shorts, bro. Those are hollow viewers for the type thing I do on my channel, which is mostly lives, but some videos, you know.
For sure, man. That's good
Well,
advice.
gotcha. I appreciate you coming up here, man. I really do appreciate this, man. I really
Yeah,
do.
yeah,
The
man.
thing I'm trying
Yeah,
to do now, I'm trying to push my channel, and I appreciate
it's
all the visitors and special guests that I can get. So
dope
Yeah,
as
I might
man.
hell.
do it
Keep
again,
doing
man.
it. I'm gonna go listen to this abduction story at Cut Some Grass, man.
Hey, hell yeah,
All
brother.
right,
I appreciate you,
all right,
man. That
man.
means a lot.
All
Yeah,
right, have a
yeah,
good
yeah.
evening, guys.
All right, man.
Hey, you
All right, you
too,
too,
brother.
man.
Yep.
Hey, shout out Mud Daddy in the chat. I see you out there, brother, man.
What's up,
Thank you
my
for coming
daddy?
through.
Yeah, hey, yeah.
Hey,
Now
bro,
that, let me.
thank you, Josh, man. Let me say that real
I
quick,
appreciate
bro.
you. I
Thank you
appreciate
for
you,
letting
bro.
me jump up here and be a part of this. Like, Gotcha Man's been one. I told you the other day on the phone, man. Gotcha Man been one of my favorites before I ever even knew about these communities, these genres, these all this lore, this interplay. Before I ever made a YouTube channel, like I knew of
Yeah,
Gotcha Man. I used to watch Gotcha Man and saw his his dry sense of humor, and like he'd be
yeah, man.
crushing
I
it, bro.
love
And
it,
I used
dude.
to love that. Like it takes somewhat of an intellectual, at least mind, little bit mind, to know how he's funny. You know what I mean? And like
Yeah,
I love it, man.
yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
I
I
don't know
do.
what you got going on, but I need to go check on this dog real quick, bro.
Okay, do your thing, buddy.
Uh, I don't know how long you plan on going or whatever, but I need to get this done. I'll be
I'm.
right back.
I almost shot the chat out. That's what I'm gonna do. All right, who all we got in here in my chat? Casey Battles, uh, Patton Head, it's corrupt, it's corrupt. Patton Head, Shadow Riverbank, Rocky Strong. Let's see. Yes, we got in here. Trying to go through them, y'all. If I miss you, I'm sorry. Mud Daddy 420 in here. Let's see who else we got in here. Stone
Hey,
Skipper,
what
D-Dan.
a my bad, my bad. Oh,
How you good, bro?
what a great time, bro. What a great time talking to Goddard Man and just getting up here,
He
getting
said
able to
got it,
rap.
man.
Yeah, what a great time talking to the Goddard Man, bro. Like I really do have respect for that dude, man. Just because
Yeah.
I've watched how he rolls, I've watched that he works, I've seen his struggle. You know what I mean? Like, and he don't put it out there a whole lot, but I understand, bro. Like I get it. You know what I mean? So like,
I tell you my favorite thing. My favorite thing is the fact, okay, when I first started watching him, bro, he it's like he didn't say anything negative about Gobble, right?
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
then when he and I don't think his name was the Gotch. I can't remember. All I know is it's just I think it's funny that he went over there to interview the guy, like, and it turned into him getting his ass. You know what I mean?
Well, that's what I
like
got questions about, bro, because I
yeah,
saw like where gotcha was sitting down on a couch at like Gobble's
yeah,
house or something somewhere, bro. And I
yeah.
haven't watched the whole. I need to watch that video, bro. But I just saw it like one time. I was like, "What is this? We got the Goddard Man over here sitting down with Gobbles. What the
Yeah.
hell's going on, fellas?"
And he calls himself the Gotcha Man because now he's on his ass, man.
Hey, I love that, bro. I love that, man. Hey, T damn, it ain't gonna happen out there in the chat. You can scoop them words up and put them back in your pocket. That ain't gonna happen. I'll get you a dustpan. Hold on.
Oh no! I like even if he is all the fan. Oh shit!
Well, then she said, give me a roll tide, bro. I can't do it. Gabo hooked up with Durkee too.
See
Okay,
that?
so look, I didn't know anything about Durkee either, right? I didn't know
Yeah,
what
me
these
too.
folks was talking about, Durka bleach and Durkee and all this. I had no idea, man. I come way after that. And so I've been wondered, right? And then I found out it was the Whitakers, like one of them Whitaker spinoff peoples. And like my
Yeah.
homeboy Big Weavy, when I first started doing YouTube, I was like the unofficial official co-host of the Big Weavy show. And so he lives right there where the Whitakers live. And so he had told me about the dude that y'all are talking about, that's Durkee.
Yeah.
Because I forget his real name, bro. I forget his real name, but
I think it's
I
Dirty
know as
White.
soon as I saw it, man. Yeah, White,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. Chicago
Yeah. That's
West says learned about Gobble from Hickabilly in this chat. FJ FJG for life, she says. Justified. It's great to see you over here. I assume you got my email. Yeah, I was in the middle of emailing you as J-DAWG sent me the link for this. So I was like, look, I'm wrap this email up short. I apologize, but come see us if you got time. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to anybody that saw. Hey, what's up, Lori World? Shout
Hey,
out to
what's up, Lord?
anybody. Miss Lori in the building, y'all. Yeah, old Goddard, man, he done left down from here. He had yard work to do. I'm happy I got the alternator all taken out and put back in. The alternator, I took it out and drove for a little while. Like I got all of that done with enough time to be able to come up in this jank today, man. So I was excited about that, man. I thank you again, bro, because I was really excited to be able to get up here and talk to the Goddard man for a minute. Yeah, I mean,
you good, bro.
I really
Family
enjoyed
over here,
that, bro.
man. We all one big family in this community, man.
And we got to do it again, like we were saying, bro. On your channel, my channel, his channel, somebody's channel, bro.
Yeah, we can rotate out each time. We can
I don't
rotate
even
out. You
care,
know what
bro.
I
I
mean?
don't even care. Like, because if it's something that good, man, I'll rip some clips. You know what I mean? If I need to, like, bro, it doesn't matter. Like, we can do them on your channel. It started here. We can keep it here. I don't care, bro. It does not matter to me, man. I just,
If there's noise interference, I apologize. I'll turn my camera back on. I had to step outside, bro. It's so beautiful outside today.
well, your stuff's been a little clippy, a little like you'll see it on the replay, bro. If you go through and watch a little bit of the replay, man, you'll see what I'm talking about. But it's a little bit clippy, a little bit clip clop.
I live in the mountains, bro. So it's hard to get signal. You have to move to a certain spot, and then it'll start getting clippy, and then you have to move.
You need
move
that
to another
Starlink,
spot.
my guy.
Yeah.
Need that Starlink. I've been thinking about. I got this little stuff going on, man, and it's been making me think about investing in Starlink when I get some extra. I don't know. We'll see, I guess, but that Starlink be the truth from my understanding, man. 94 degrees and sunny as hell. We skipped over spring and went straight into summer. My guy Adam H says, man, it's warm here too, brother. It's very, very, very warm out here, man. Great day to
These little boys of
live by
mine
the lake.
got their toy.
It is a great day to live. It is a great day to live.
Sorry about that, y'all. Still in here, bro? What happened? I guess I messed something up, y'all. Bro, you still here? I didn't mean to cut you off, my guy. I guess Rope got up out here. I don't know what happened. My bad, Rope. He said Tommy Thunder controls the weather. I wasn't trying to. I wasn't trying to interrupt you, corrupt. My bad, dog. Yeah, I guess got up out of here, y'all. What's the chat doing? What's up, Adam? Oh, I didn't throw him out. I didn't throw him out. I just sent him the link, man. I sent him the link again. Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't kick him out, y'all. No, I didn't throw him out, y'all. I promise I didn't throw him out. I didn't kick him out of here. I did not. I didn't kick him out, y'all. I don't know what happened, but I promise y'all I didn't kick him out of here. I would never do that to him. Um, I don't know what happened. I might have hit the wrong button, y'all. I'm not sure. I appreciate y'all stopping by, man. I'm gonna get out here and spend some time with my little boys. Uh, this was an awesome one. Like I said, it wasn't no interview. I just wanted to get the gotcha man up here, and I don't know. I don't know if he's still talking or not, Adam. I can't see him. I sent him the link again. He can come back up. Yeah, I'll send him the link again. Yeah, I just sent him. I just sent him the link several times. He said his internet's acting up, y'all. So oh, there he is. Okay, all right, bring him up. My bad, brother.
Hey, hey,
I
I don't know
want.
how this is gonna be, man. Since I was having problems, man, I went through a mobile hotspot on my phone, bro. So
Yeah,
let's
I
see
don't know
how
what
this
happened.
goes.
I wasn't trying to cut you off or nothing, man. I was just outside, and the boys started getting
I
the dirt bikes out, and it was getting loud.
no, no, it's good.
Uh
It's
oh.
good, bro. I don't know what happened either because, like, after it all, I thought, okay, well, bro went too far out. He ain't got the internets. He ain't got the internet signal. His antenna, in the words of Rock, his antenna. Uh, I thought dude's antenna ain't strong enough, in the words of Rock. But you know, and then but then all of a sudden my internet wasn't working, bro. All of a sudden my
Hey, what might
internet
have
stopped working. Like what the you know what I
chat
mean? Like coming from my router, my Wi-Fi joint. Like what's going on?
chat got on my ass, boy. I know you
We
didn't throw
say
your guest out like
what about what?
that. They got on my
Ah,
ass. They
they
said,
got you, baby.
yeah,
Don't rock on up,
yeah,
baby.
yeah. They said, why you throw your guest out like that,
They
boy?
don't rock
They
on
just say
up, I guess, homie.
that. But nah, I told him I didn't throw him out like that. I would never do that.
Shout out to my people
Damn,
out
boy.
there, man.
It's so glitchy, man. Damn. Y'all. My bad, y'all. It might be over with. Trying to keep it going for you, but the internet's wanting to act up. Dang. Yeah, I think it's it, bro. I think that's it, y'all. Y'all see though. Y'all tried to get home and tell me I threw my guest out, but you heard it from him. I didn't throw him out. I don't know. I ain't seen Misty Shadow. I ain't seen Misty on my stuff in a while. She normally pops in on my stuff. I ain't seen her since I've been doing these interviews and streams. She normally jumps in when I do a normal live. But I don't know what's going on with Corrupt's internet, y'all. I don't know what's going on with mine. It might be mine. It might be both of ours. I don't know. Let's see. All right, he's back. Let's see if we get him back in here.
Yeah, we having technical difficulties out here
Yeah,
in the open
yeah,
world, bro. Yeah,
yeah,
this is a closed world, bro. We out here in this open world got me messed up, man. My fault. I don't
yeah.
know what to do.
It's all good, bro. It's all good. I enjoyed it though. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah, yeah, for sure, man, for sure.
Yeah,
I had a good time, man. It was a good time. I appreciate you bringing me through with the good old Goddard mans and
yeah,
you know the J-DAWGs in the building,
yeah,
man. We got
yeah,
that
yeah,
dog
man.
house. Y'all don't know how to spell, but we got that jank. That dog house be working, baby. Let's get to that.
Yeah,
Um, my computer's
yeah.
shot like bullets right now. I don't know what's good with it, man. It's not acting right. It's a fool, bro. It's a full blown fool. We're gonna shut it down. We're gonna ask it to do something later on in the day, I guess.
All right.
Um,
Before we end it, brother, what's your message to the world?
message to the world, bro.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, well, man, there's a lot of ways I could go with this, my brother. Um, hold on. My message to the world, man. If I'm gonna have to break down and tell the world something right now, what could I tell them,
yeah,
man?
yeah,
It'd have to be, I think, I think I'm being guided to the whole fact of your mistakes are not always as detrimental as you might think. A mistake isn't always going to be the game changing fumble in the back of the end zone that it might feel like when it happens, right? Like a mistake, dang, nabbit, I'm kind of like this match, bro. I'm on lighter one now. Oh, a mistake is a learning experience most of the time. Like, yeah, there are times that a mistake are going to hurt more than just learning a lesson. But in that pain, you are still going to learn a lesson. Like, they say that um, repetition is the father of learning, right? And I say if
yeah.
repetition is the father of learning, then pain is the mother of learning. Because pain will learn you real quick too. You touch that hot stove, you can be told, like that's what I did when I was a young told, don't touch that glowing hot stove. Don't did when nobody was there to stop my hand, I touched that glowing hot stove. And I learned real quick that these people aren't just telling me something. They're trying to save me some pain. You know what I mean? So like that pain taught me a few things, man. And so I would say like let your failures also light your futures. would be, I guess, what I'm trying to say. Let your failures light your futures, because you might be trying to do something today that you feel like that's what you want to do. You want to do it, and that's what you had the passion to do, and all that, and everything pointed that direction. But you might have just failed at something terribly that you need to have done in that path, or something in those regards. You know what I mean? Like, you might fail
Yeah.
for a reason. You might fail your way out of what you're trying to do to find your way in what God has for you. So
Oh.
don't let your
Oh.
failures frustrate your futures. Let them light. That's what I got for you.
All right.
But look, I appreciate you greatly, man. And everybody that rocks
Yeah.
with me on the Corrupt Cartel, all the Crodies, y'all already know what time it is, man. Y'all already know the rules. It's with much gratitude and
Dude,
great respect,
great
man.
respect.
Until
Yes,
the next
sir.
time.
All right,
Y'all
bro.
know we appreciate the hell out of y'all, man. Hey, thank you very
Yeah,
much,
man.
J-DAWG, man. Stay doing what you're doing,
Yeah.
bro. You got what it
Yes,
takes,
sir.
and everyone you're getting better, man. Keep on keeping on,
Yeah.
and you'll get there, brother. I'm watching you.
I
Keep doing
appreciate you.
what you're doing, man. Yes,
All right,
sir.
man. I see you,
I
bro. I
can't do the
appreciate you coming.
but you know what I mean? We out, baby.
All right, man. Much love. Let's see. I tried to see if what's up, Chief? Uh, see who else we got in here. Yeah, thanks everybody for supporting Josh and the channel. I'm trying to get Mud Daddy up here. Trying to see if Mud Daddy want to come up for a little while. Send him the link, see if he wants to come on for a little while. I don't know if he's busy or not. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Look at here. Yeah.
What's up, buddy?
What's up, big dog?
Shit, man.
What you doing? You busy?
No, I'm not exactly busy, but I can't stick around for too long.
Okay. All right.
How about
What you got going
my,
on
my
today?
my boy's sick today, so I'm gonna go get him. I had him last
Okay.
night, but I guess he wants that again. So.
Okay. All right. I didn't know if you was busy, man. I was gonna let you up, bring you up for a minute, but it's all good,
No,
brother. You
that's
got
why
good.
I got a couple minutes. I'm sitting here putting this little
Okay.
video together.
Okay. Yeah, man. I'm trying to do my thing, buddy. Trying to do my thing.
Yeah, I've been listening.
They that chat got on my ass a while ago. They thought I kicked roped out of here. See them.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
know you didn't throw your guest out of here like that.
Shit, what did I do? Okay. Uh, it's that Dollar General Whiffy, Bob. You gotta get that
Dollar General.
Starlink.
Yeah, I know it, man.
Now everybody says that Starlink. That's the other reason I said that.
Yeah. I live so far up in the mountains, man. That's why it gets staticky and cracky. And,
That's why you need that Starlink, man. That's for the far away stuff.
yeah, but I'm enjoying this, man. I'm enjoying having people up here like this, dude. This is something I've been wanting for a while. We finally got it happening, brother.
That's cool. Hey, that's cool. You got Gotcha Man up here.
Yeah, we got Triple T Tuesday night.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, yeah,
What's up, dude? That's cool.
yeah. And then I think Chop's gonna come up the following Tuesday.
Chop easy?
Yes, sir, Mr. Chop Easy official.
You got chop easy in this?
Yeah, not this Tuesday, but next Tuesday.
I got you.
I
You
got
gonna put out
Zilla
some
Gorilla.
flyers?
Yeah, I'm gonna
You
try to
should,
put out some stuff for it.
yeah, you should drop some flyers on your community post. Let people know.
Yeah. Have you seen my logo that I had? I got changed. It's on my
Yeah,
profile pic.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that. I think it's pretty cool. And I got Zilla Gorilla. I've been in contact with him. He said he would come up and do an interview with me. So
Hell yeah.
we working, man. We working.
There's too much work in it for me, man. That's why I never did the interview stuff. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah. I'm gonna have different things, man. I'm gonna have some interviews, and I'm gonna just have people up for a guest to do a special live and talk shit.
Yeah, I got you. That's why, I learned real quick that I can't do the scheduled time stuff. Like, that's not me. I gotta just
Yeah,
be sporadic. 'Cause
yeah.
if I gotta be on time for something every day, boy, eventually I'm gonna fuck that up.
We're gonna try to do a little bit of different stuff every time. Try to keep my supporters and viewers. Try to keep y'all captivated.
Captivated, huh? Is that it? That's how you do it, huh?
uh, but man, I'm on yeah, I think I'm about to get up off here too, man. I'm gonna get out here and spend some time
All
with my
right.
boys. Yeah, man.
I
I
gotta drop.
appreciate you coming up.
I'm dropping a new barbecue song, y'all. It's Song of the Summer.
Oh,
You can check it out. I'm trying to tell you.
hey,
That's what I,
hey,
that's what I was putting together while we were talking.
we uh we got three exclusive unreleased tracks from Adrian Raps on that interview, man. You check that out. There was three unreleased tracks that he played
Hell
for
yeah.
us. Yeah, so
But
and
all right, buddy.
that was pretty. All right, man. I
I'm
appreciate you
out of
coming up,
here.
my daddy.
I'll catch you.
All right, well, have a good one. All right, y'all. I appreciate y'all coming in today, both times. If you did both times, I'm gonna get up off this thing, shut it down, and spend some time with my kids. Like I say, this second one was a little bit different. It wasn't no interview style really. It was just some people having a good conversation, community, and networking. Man, that's a big thing in this community that we in. Networking. I appreciate all the chat. I think I've done shouted all y'all out. If I missed you, I apologize. I think I did get all of you. Uh, y'all stay tuned, man. It's gonna keep getting better. Tuesday we got Triple T at 7 p.m. Um, Top Easy the following Tuesday at 7 p.m. We got I've been in contact with Tyler Truth. We got Zilla Gorilla, um, and of course the major thing that's coming at the end of April, the mobile home bash, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all don't want to miss that. Uh, I got VIP. I don't know if it's VIP, but I know I got a media pass. Um, that was a huge blessing, and I cannot begin to thank Mark Hoddick enough for that. That's going to open up a lot of doors for me and a lot of doors for this channel. I appreciate y'all. Y'all know what time it is. Hashtag help each other win. Hashtag stay strapped. Hashtag count your blessings because tomorrow is never promised. And as always, tell a friend, tell a friend, to tell a friend. Become the at J-DAWG 420 Life and Reacts. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace, love, and chicken grease. Deuces, I'm out. This has been another episode of the Dog House. See y'all on the next one. Y'all have a good afternoon.